stop the Hero Stone before it could even get started. Well done, my friend. Before the witch could even begin her ritual, I saw the Magicka disappear like the flame of a snuff candle. The witch and the vampire assassin fled to Coggenlands, a dwarven ruin. We can deal with them in there. Time is of the essence. You get to the ruin, I'll find Lyris and we'll meet you there. It's southeast of Dusktown. If you get there before us, go inside and guard the entrance until we arrive.
We're here. Let's find this assassin.
Careful. I sense the presence of other vampires. Arrow veins. Not the result of the ritual site. So they must have brought them from someplace else.
time for caution, not rashness.
Chase? They kept you busy long enough. Sada shall revive Hector.
That's for Queen's good.
Now we need to find Sister Thada.
We must regroup. Take precautions. So barren, so lifeless.
You listen in. I'll unlock the door.
Rise, Exarch, and be reborn!
Singalis, where is this place?
The Ashen Lord commands it, and so we live once more, Orfra.
Alive again? How?
You have the Ice Reach Coven to thank for that, werewolf.
Using my recipes, witch.
I meant no disrespect to Exarch Singalis.
We're being watched, brother.
Next time, Thada, the Ashen Lord, will expect more than the restoration of a single reliquary. Now deal with the intruders, or I'll toss you to the Harrow Fiends.
Come out, little out and play with Sister Sarda.
How many of your sisters am I gonna have to kill before you give up?
You killed my dear sisters. Our vengeance will plague you beyond the grave.
One more witch for the pyre. Let's go after the other two. Damn, lost them.
You saw it too, right? That werewolf shed that statue like a snake sheds its skin. Was she inside that stone husk the whole time, waiting to be awakened? Or did the ritual somehow summon her into that? A ritual, obviously. Remember the altar at Kilcreath? We found the urn, the reliquary, and shards from a large stone vessel. I think they were the remains of one of those stone husks. I'm not sure how, but it all ties back to that. I thought the purpose of the Harrow Storms were to create Harrow Fiends. Now I think that's only a byproduct. The storm somehow gathered energy that the witch used to summon Ulfra the werewolf. Ulfra seems to think she was brought back to life. I've come to the conclusion that anything is possible where magic is concerned. I'm going to look around with Lyris, then return to Old Mule. Theoretically, using my knowledge, I don't know of any Ashen Lord, but Exarch. I came across the term after the incident at the mass grave in Banquerai. It's the Grey Host. It was an army of vampires and werewolves that rampaged across Hammerfell during the First Era. There aren't a lot of records remaining, and even the burial site was a closely held secret. I don't know. But that's the impression I got.
Damn it! The vampire and the werewolf are long gone. They called themselves Singalis and Ulfra, and they had an unusual rank or title, Exarch. I wonder what that... Yeah, I heard. No idea who or what that is, though. Maybe Fen can make sense of what we saw down here. While Fen and I examine that ritual site more closely, you should return to Solitude and inform Svanna that her mother's assassin has been taken care of. She'd want to know. More than that, she deserves to. I left Svanna back at the Lonely... Anything that tells us more about what the... Because I don't trust the security at the palace. Vampire or not, the...
You saying she's dead? Ah, it was that damn Kelbarn, wasn't it? Always mooning over her. Never thought she'd be... You take your money and get out of here. A shame Nguya won't be coming around anymore. I liked when she was nearby. Walk off, pal. No time for useless chatter.
All this time, the Overseer was working with a vampire. I knew there was something unpleasant about him.
All those people disappeared.
Hold up there, Yama.
Sailing giants.
Never enough.
What do you want?
I plan to hunt down every single...
The feel of the wood's grain under my hands. It speaks to me. See if any of my wares speak to you.
Finally. Waiting in a tavern without a drink is maddening. How do other people do it? And Mog hasn't been helpful. His solution to every problem involved... I would have preferred to see him dragged back here for a proper trial and execution. But at least justice has been served. Were you able to... Damn those Reach witches! And damn my father for being so obstinate! But what does the Coven want? Are they planning to... That's horrible. But there must be more to this than simply turning my people into monsters. Well, I'll do what I... You and Lyris risked your lives for my kingdom and have been met with nothing but suspicion. You counted on my mother to be your advocate, to convince my father of the Coven's threat. Now she's... My father hasn't heard a word I've said since I was old enough to talk. But with Mother gone, someone has to make him see reason. You know, she tried to teach me, but I never listened. I guess maybe that makes it even more imperative that he heeds your warning and takes action. All of the holds are in danger. Hoffingar. I just need a moment to think about how to approach this. Consider the words to use. My courtly manners are a bit rusty, and I... Wish me luck, Mog.
Forget luck. I suggest a slug of Kindle Pitch whiskey. You'll need it to stand up to your father.
You would have me spread my forces across the realm to search for nightmares you dredged up from a bottle?
It's not!
Or should I say, the whispers of eastern vipers tickling your ears?
But Mother!
Enough! Then next you come before me to vomit up your counsel. Make sure it doesn't stink of treason.
Damn the man. He wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. Mother always knew how to talk to him. Me. Mother had a way with Father, but she could be just as stubborn. If she wanted something done and he wouldn't oblige, she'd do it herself. Time to take her lessons to heart, I guess. If my father... Our kingdom consists of 3 holds. Hoffingar, Hjalmarch, and Karthald. I need to warn them. The Jarls might listen, even if my father won't. I'm the daughter of the High King, after all. Time to start acting like one. We should visit Jarl Redharn of Hjalmarch first. If we can convince him of the threat, at least his hold can take steps to protect itself. We'll find him in his hall in Morthal. I'll leave word for Lyris with Mog, so she'll know where to find us. Honestly, I don't know. I remember a time when we were all happy together. Him and Mother and I. Seems like a long time ago. At some point, he became more and more involved with the trappings of power. I tried, but interaction with my father made it difficult. She wanted us to be a family. But the High King wanted a queen and a princess. Eventually, he stopped ordering me to attend royal functions. It was my one victory in our relationship.
Wolf attacks? Ghosts? Which word of warning? That's what they're saying down at the headed. I'm sure she is Jarl.
Lucky Mog passed along your message. I would have hated to miss all this mud.
Why does the Princess of Solitude grace my humble hall with her royal presence? Are you here on behalf of the High King?
I've come to warn you, Jarl Redharn.
Warn me? I already received orders from your father. What more is there to say?
Orders? Right. But you need to prepare the hold's defenses.
And what must we defend ourselves against this time? More urns and fetishes?
Please, Jarl Redharn, let my friend explain. The threat to our holds is worse than you can imagine.
You're not the subject of this realm, and that woman with you. She's the giantess of the East. The High King warned us to beware of packed spies. If Princess Svanna trusts you, however, you have my ear. Tell me about this threat. We're not Daedra worshippers. Our blood's hot enough to boil a blizzard, and we've got more pressing concerns than some northern squall. We received Svargrim's orders, promptly ignored them, and immediately ran afoul of a gaggle of Reachmen. The High King sent a royal decree, said to leave any strange objects or fetishes we spotted around the hold alone. They were dangerous, he said. Just so happens we found a few. I had my soldiers destroy them. That's when we encountered the Reachmen. The barbarians reacted poorly when we destroyed the strange witch sticks. We beat them back and chased them into the nearby barrow. But that was the last I heard from my soldiers. Since you dealt with this before, would you investigate the barrow? If I were a few years younger, and had more soldiers to spare, I'd march east to the Morthal Barrow and deal with the sorceress nonsense myself. But I'm not, I don't, and I have other responsibilities. Take this key. It will get you into the barrow. They were tall, ugly things, covered in strange runes, fetishes, and a poultice that smelled like rotting fungus. They had been set up around the town. My soldiers assumed they'd find one at the barrow, but instead they sent word of the Reachmen. Really? Last I heard, the princess was more interested in... No, I won't indulge in idle gossip. Svanna carries herself well. Not with the grace of her mother, but she has the swagger of a warrior. I wish I could say the same about my daughter. She was taken from us 5 years ago. If I had pushed her harder, she might have had the strength to survive. Daughters are a father's greatest weakness. Enough troubles of the past. We have the present to concern ourselves with.
See that mound? That's the barrow. The entrance will be down below.
Keep back! The barrow is unsafe.
Jarl Redharn sent us.
You, sir!
What happened
The
here?
barrow is off limits. We are here to make sure nothing gets... I did not want to spare the soldiers I'd left to send a message. We destroyed a number of strange sticks set up on the outskirts of town. Then a storm appeared in the burrow, if you can believe such a thing. It was foul magic, almost certainly. Soldiers began changing around me, dying or falling into a stupor. Some turned into monsters, and then the Draugr clawed out of their graves. We never made it that far inside, and when the storm hit, it was all I could do to get out.
Where is that half-witted? He's trying to scoop out.
bodies. They're the Jarl's soldiers.
A meager harvest. This grave reliquary must be moved to more fruitful fields. Protect the witch pike. Do not let them destroy it.
That's done. Let's tell the Jarl what happened here. If I never have to enter another barrow, it will be too soon. No sign of that witch or the reliquary she ran off with. We should get back to the Jarl's Hall. We saw the last stand of what could have been a much larger attack on Morthal. The witch pike in the barrow was the only one that wasn't destroyed before they performed the ritual. Soldiers were... That's what happened in Kilcreath after the storm hit. I'm more
Wolves of ice and bone attacked Brune, my lady, and he saw ghosts. The roofs and oafs that reside in this town see spooks under every fish barrow. Normal animals. I couldn't get much out of Brune. Wolf packs do roam around the Excellent. Oh, one can't live in this world without encountering a stray spectre. Seeing chains drop from the sky changes what we accept as normal. And magic impacts all our lives, of course. Let's say I'm skeptical. The people of Morthal spend their days fishing, cutting logs, and drinking. They don't leave town, and outsiders don't visit. I'll take what passes for entertainment here. Last week, Bandor accused Invisible Reeker of stealing his beer. Ceased operation completely while the town searched for holes in the ground where they might be hiding. We found it in this... Indeed. I am proud. Without his strength, this town would certainly fall apart. When I arrived in Morthal for our wedding, I believed my life was over. But Redheart... Gods, no. I hoped my diction would show that. Perhaps I've lived here long enough to adopt their backwards speech. I came from Solitude originally. My father was a wealthy merchant who needed access to mortal.
And then Mog threw up all over the Sword Thane's boots.
Ha! This orc friend of yours sounds... Ah, your companion's return. Well, friend of Svanna, are you as good as your word? Tell me what you discovered at the Mortal Barrow. A harrow storm, like the thing the princess was telling me about? The thing that destroyed Kilcreath? Gods! A pox on the Reach and its barbarian horde! What else? What about the Reachmen in the Barrow? Disappointing, but not unexpected. Reach witches are a tricky lot. Still, you have my thanks. In the meantime, Hjalmar shall prepare for war. We may not have a defense against the harrow storms, but we can be ready to attack once we have a target.
With you and Lyris's help, we've gained the trust of Jarl Redharn. My father respects the Jarl. That will go a long way in convincing the High King to take the Coven's threat seriously. Now we need to do the same thing at... Jarl Ulfwen rules the Hold, which was established to provide a defensible border against the Reach. If any of the Western Holds can deal with this threat, it's Carthald. But first, I have one more thing to discuss with Jarl Redharn. Jarl Redharn, prepare your forces as you say. But we need you in Solitude.
Solitude? I have troubles here in Hjalmarch. Why should I leave when my hold needs me?
High King Svargrim won't listen to us, but he might listen to you.
Get up, Princess. If you think it will help, I'll talk to your father.
Lyris, please escort the Jarl to Solitude.
Of course. What about you?
We need to warn Jarl Ulfwen, so we're going to Carthage.